No one is asking that you single-handedly transform Earth society. All I'm suggesting is that you do your best to offer your own contribution towards this process. And if currently doing your best means just taking care of yourself, then that is absolutely fine, and that too is a contribution towards New Earth. The good news is that with energies rising, starting new initiatives and speaking the truth is now easier than it used to be. You will have the metaphorical wind in your back. That doesn't mean it will be easy or that everything will immediately succeed without pushback, but it will be ultimately doable. And the energies also mean that every day, more and more people are waking up and are feeling nudges towards doing the right thing. Note that two seemingly opposite worldviews are both born out of a drastic underestimation of how amazing you are and how much you can contribute if you put your mind to it. On one hand, there are people saying that white hats, or us galactics, are amazing and that very soon we'll single-handedly fix everything. This sounds superficially like an inspiring message, however it completely overlooks how amazing you are and how much you can contribute towards building a new Earth. This message implies that people should wait for either white hat saviors or galactic saviors. And likely you didn't come to Earth to wait for someone else to save you. You likely came to Earth to be one of the changemakers yourself. On the other hand, there are people saying that every Earth person in a position of power is a black hat and that us galactics are either all evil, or that we're just not going to land or help or meet people anytime soon. And this message, too, underestimates just how wonderful you are, how amazing you are and how profound the change is that you can make. The real power on Earth lies in the people. They've just been passive. But if the people actually productively and non-violently start working towards a better world, without letting themselves be divided into separate opposing groups or giving their power away, then there is nothing that the dark controllers can do to stop that. For the sake of completeness, I will also add that both of these worldviews aren't just overlooking the importance of people like you working towards New Earth. Both of these worldviews are also simply not true. About the white hats or galactics will save us narrative, if Earth humans keep failing to take sufficient action, then yes, at some point us galactics will intervene, but that won't be in the very near future. And it's also not logical to say that those Earth humans in positions of power who are fighting the dark controllers, are white hats who are in full control behind the scenes. If they were fully in control white hats, for example, they would have stopped the chemtrailing. But they haven't. They're not white hats, they're grey hats. And they're merely largely in control, they're not fully in control. Hence, while they genuinely are doing some good things, I wouldn't advise just waiting for them. I also don't agree that every person in a position of power is a black hat. If that were the case, you would be in either a pandemic lockdown or a climate lockdown today, and new health-destroying injections would be mandatory. You would have the choice between either using a central bank digital currency, or literally being unable to buy groceries. If every person in a position of power was a black hat, then the relatively small number of awake people wouldn't be able to prevent those things, because there would be too many asleep police officers and similar just following black hat orders. There would also be a hot war between NATO versus Russia and China going on today. The fact that these things aren't happening illustrates that while there are very few outright white hats in positions of power, there are quite a few grey hats in positions of power and they oppose the black hat agenda. Those who claim that everyone is a black hat, may point at Trump and claim that he's a black hat. Now, certainly there are a number of valid criticisms you can make about the person pretending to be Trump. The real Trump is dead. However, Trump 2.0 is a grey hat, not a black hat. For one, he has taken important steps to secure the border, which is severely hindering black hat drug trafficking and human trafficking. If Trump were an actual black hat, he wouldn't be disrupting those black hat money makers. Also, Trump is revealing via Doge just how corrupt and wasteful the government is. This is doing a whole lot to wake up the people. And that is an absolutely crucial variable in this ascension process. The very last thing that the dark controllers want is for the people to wake up. So, both the positions that white hats or galactics will fix everything any day now, and the position that every person in a position of power is a black hat, are both false views. They dramatically overlook the very important factor that awake people can make a huge difference and can together create a new Earth. You are the ones you've been waiting for. Us galactics have suggested to the Grey Hats that they move faster in certain areas, such as stopping chemtrailing, and they refused. So this slow pace of Earth's liberation isn't our preference. However, the slowness of this process is offering the lesson to people that waiting for external saviors isn't a new Earth thing to do. So while it's still not our preference, the failure of the Grey Hats to move quickly is offering the lesson to people that they themselves should be the change they want to see in the world. And yes, it is very hard. It is very unfair. It is very tough. But that's why you're on Earth. If it wasn't hard, you wouldn't have needed to come to Earth to share your light and to make a change. If building New Earth had been an easy job, then a soul as experienced and wise as yourself wouldn't have had to come to Earth. It's not that you're on Earth, and it's very tough. It's because Earth is very tough that someone as amazing as you are there. It's not that you're on Earth, and people are so unconscious. It's because people are so unconscious that someone as clear-seeing as you are there. You've got this. With my deepest love and respect for you, your star brother, Hakann.